Now then, welcome back to the channel. Stephen Howson. 5 things that we learned watching United against West Ham. 2-1 against West Ham yesterday. 2 goals from Bruno Fernandes, splitting the difference for us. Let's start with Bruno Fernandes then, because I thought he delivered again, right? And I know it's pre-season, and I don't read too much into results of pre-season, but I do read into performance of pre-season. And I thought Bruno Fernandes delivered in the same manner that he does in season. Without Bruno Fernandes in that game, United lose. Simple as that. It literally is as simple as that, isn't it? He came away with scoring the 2 goals that got you the win. And yes, that's not necessarily the be-all and end-all of pre-season. It's about fitness, it's about rhythm, it's about tactics, it's about preparation for the start of the season. But he delivered 2 goals. Age 30, or just about to be 30, I think he is. He's still Manchester United's heartbeat. Cunha looked great, and we'll talk about him in a little bit, but Cunha looked really good, but Bruno Fernandes is the one that came away with the goals, and this is on the back of coming away with a 19 goal, 19 assist last season, right? I don't think people really deep how unbelievable 19 goals, 19 assists is. I mean, 2020 would have been absolutely outrageous, wouldn't it? 19 and 19 in a team that doesn't score enough goals is frankly ridiculous. So he'll be aided by what I think is a little bit of improvement in terms of Manu. I thought he looked better yesterday, but I think he'll benefit the most from having Cunha alongside him. I thought him and Cunha were looking to make some real decent runs together. The link-up play from them two was nice. But yeah, pre-season or not, our attacking momentum starts and ends with Bruno Fernandes, and we have to find a way to fit him into the team on a permanent basis in a natural position for him, because he played in a position that I don't know if he's going to play in on a regular basis for the club next season. So once Mbumo comes into the squad, so he'll be vital again. But where is he going to be vital? I mean, let me know in the comments. Do you think he's going to play in the 10 or in the 8? Like, where do you actually think he's going to play? Because if you play him in the 8, okay, that means probably only Agate is going to play alongside him. So how does that work? And where does Manu play? And where does Casemiro play? Etc. Number 2, Cunha. Second United appearance for Cunha. Again, impressed with pressing, work rate, desire to get on the ball. He was trying to make things happen. Obviously didn't score. His link-up play was nice. But he was really intelligent with where he dropped in between the channels. He did combine nicely with Bruno, and I think that's a real positive. Keeping Bruno on the ball and all that looked real good. He chased loose passes. He was making himself available. He's making himself a key player for us in just like a couple of pre-season cameos so far. Amorim's been really gassing him up. I think he really likes him. I think he likes what he brings off the pitch as well as what he brings on the pitch. He did force a couple of saves, I think. He got on the end of that ball from Agate, offside by a fine margin, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing. He's added a little bit of variety to what we do in the front line. He's different to who's played there previously in Garnacho and Rashford. I really like what I'm seeing from him. Again, certainly no classic kind of number 9, but I really like what I'm seeing from him. And I think he could be a real force. I'm not panicked whether he scores in pre-season or not. I'm just enjoying seeing him getting a little bit of game time with the rest of the lads. Number 3, I thought we looked a lot more structured. So structure. I thought we looked a lot more structured. With Yoro, De Ligt and Heaven, they were nice and they were compact at the back, and I thought Heaven was the weakest link in that, but that's not necessarily the negative that some of you guys are going to take it. I just thought Yoro was so good and De Ligt was so good that Heaven was the weakest link. It's like, someone's got to be the weakest link. And that's certainly not a negative on him. But I thought he had a couple of mistakes in him, but I don't mind it because I'm not expecting him to be first choice for us this season. He's a young lad that I'm expecting to go and learn his craft. And I think he'll be given opportunities because Amorim likes to change players in that position anyway. Dorgu, we saw him do okay on the left. He was energetic, but I thought the final product wasn't quite there for him. And the same with Ahmad. I thought Ahmad looked like maybe just not quite there in terms of it. But and I know that I've seen some ratings this morning where both of those players have come away with 8 out of 10s. But I thought they were good in the duels. I thought they had good defensive discipline, and I thought they were giving us a decent outlet in attack. I just didn't think that they had the final product. I thought they was helping in attack, just not really creating in attack. I thought Areola looked clumsy, to be honest with you. And obviously, he gave a penalty away for the first one. But I thought Areola looked clumsy. It was a shame that we didn't put more on it. Jared Bowen at the other end for them scored the most Jared Bowen sort of goal you're ever going to see. It's what he does. He gets across people, and the finish was fantastic. It's right in the joint. There's not a lot Bayındır could have done about that. But yeah, I thought we were starting to see the system take shape. There was some attempts at one-touch play. It wasn't constant. It wasn't really fluid. But I was seeing the attempts at one-touch play, making little rondos, trying to penetrate, little up back and through. I was really enjoying seeing that sort of stuff. So yeah, I like that. It still needs fine-tuning. You've still got to get Mbumo in the mix. You've still got to get some other players into the mix. But it's one of them. 4, Højlund. So I thought he worked hard and he was making better runs, and he didn't seem as interested in hand fighting with people. He's at the post early doors. He's stretched the defence. He actually pressed a lot better than he did towards the back end of last season, and that pissed me off, seeing how just pathetic his pressing was last season. But he's changed that up, and he's working a little bit harder now. So there might be a way to save him, because if he'd have carried on with the same attitude he did last year, absolutely not. But there was hard work in there, and he was stretching the defence. I'm still wanting to replace him. I still think you got to bring in an out-and-out number 9. If Ollie Watkins comes in, Rasmus is taking a seat on the bench. But that might be the best thing for his career, is to learn off a real Premier League number 9, add things to his game, and then be a good backup to him. And if he ever gets injured or whatever, be there to step in. I think the fact that the first half ended 1-0 with all the opportunities United created is damning, and it's kind of damning on Højlund. He had a couple of good shots, but he also had a couple of shots where you're like... So, Højlund probably is going to be the number 1 at the start of the season, because I don't think if you get Ollie Watkins, it's happening anytime soon. And even if you do, he's not trained or played with us, so it is going to be Højlund. Højlund is our main source of goals, is a massive drama for us. His movement improved, his attitude seems like it's improved, but he's still not good enough to be the man that leads the line for this team if we've got ambitions of finishing in the top 4 or 5. Number 5, Bayındır. So Onana is still injured, and Bayındır was given the nod to start, and he did okay, to be honest with you. He was calm, he had a couple of critical saves, but there's not too much to say, is there? He couldn't have done much about Bowen's goal. Bowen's goal was just one of those absolutely sensational goals. But yeah, that's that, innit? 2-1 win. There was some nice things tactically to see. There was a little bit of new chemistry. I liked what I saw with Cunha, and I think we look more prepared. I know I said this last night, but I think we do look more prepared than we did this time last season, and that can only be a positive thing. But as always, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did we look more prepared, or am I just overcooking it a little bit? Let me know in the comments. See you in a bit. Bye bye.